It's your girl Shaniece Garcia. It's 929 WDUP Friday nights. I'm in your ear every Friday nights. Listen, tonight is very, very special for me. Go ahead and introduce yourself because not a lot of people know you.
Hey. Frank Colmenares, man, love my city, man. It's always a beautiful thing to be able to come up here and rock with y'all and all the love y'all show. You know, every time there's a new project, this is where I want to be to premiere things or just, just touch the world with it, man. And, y'all always extend that platform to me, so I'm forever thankful.
Right, happy belated
Appreciate
birthday.
it. Appreciate it.
Until we was on here because
yeah.
I think around your birthday is when you always drop, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Is that like a gift for yourself?
For myself, for the world, I think, as a strategy, we as artists, we try to find ways to reach as many people as we can, especially with like purposeful work, like what I'm doing with the Beautiful Trauma series. And I know the birthday is the day that a lot of attention is effortlessly afforded to, the person that it's their birthday. You know what I mean? So me being able to.
Aries, too.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, my joint this Sunday. You know what I mean? Aries all day, you heard?
Very Aries. Yeah.
Just all of that love that's going to come to us naturally because it's our birthday. I'm like, how could I channel that into, something a little more purposeful?
Wait,
and
are you a Pisces or Aries?
I'm a Pisces.
You're
I'm a Pisces.
That's
Right.
It's
Yeah,
a little earlier. That's why I'm like, wait a minute, wrong.
Yeah.
Let me correct myself.
Nah, word. So just tapping into the birthday and all of the love that's going to be shown and just channeling it into something that could mean a little more than just a happy birthday or some well wishes and whatnot.
Right. I think your body of music is actually pretty much a gift to yourself, I feel like. So
That's right.
Putting it out on your birthday is kind of like very nostalgic, Frank. So
Yeah.
I love that. I was like, he's about to drop something. His birthday's coming up.
Yeah. And now that too, just being able to, another year of still being able to create and just love what I'm doing and just being passionate. As we get older, we see people kind of just lose their way or just losing excitement for life. So to me, to look and reflect and to still see that I'm still doing the things that I love and I'm enjoying them, that's absolutely a gift to myself for sure.
I think because you love it is why you continuously not succeed in any way. But I feel like it's the only reason for you to actually keep doing what you're doing. Is you actually love doing what you're doing, what you create and stuff like that.
And now more than ever, the music, growing up, the reasons why we were making music, I always loved making music, but I think now it's really not about any kind of exterior success or I'm not chasing anything in the world. I'm just enjoying the craft and, using the music now more than ever to just fulfill purposes that matter to me in life, even beyond music. I always, done community work. I always cared about people, always cared about youth. And now my music just reflecting who Frank Colmenares is, as it didn't always sound like that in certain records when I was Frank Grams, right? This music is a lot more close to heart than music has ever been for me.
And I sometimes want to ask you too, I'm like, okay, we all know when we first came out with Frank Grams, and now because he was like, who do you go by? I was like, he's Frank Colmenares, okay?
Yeah.
Frank Colmenares, that's it. But if there was something that you can tell Grams, what would it be? What can Frank tell Grams right now?
I think throughout my time finding self, whether that is as a person or through music, we're testing the waters and we're trying different things that we feel could help us cut through attention and help us find success or help people gravitate towards us. And what Frank Colmenares would tell Frank Grams is, bro, you were dope all along. You ain't need to search and find a way to be cool. You didn't need to find that niche to follow that people would gravitate to you because of. And, you could have just, stuck true to the things that, you found was cool and the things that you loved. And I think that's where Frank Colmenares is now, right? I'm just making music because I want to. And when I'm reaching people in such a realer way than I ever have with records that sounded cool and great hooks and melodies and catchy tunes and whatnot. I'm really touching people's hearts. I'm having the conversations I'm having when I'm releasing records and albums and when I'm performing. It's just different. I could feel something, right?
It's very mature, and I love the growth that I listened to all 8 records.
Love.
8 records on them. I listened to all 8 records, and I was like, and then it started back up. I was like, wait, did I do something wrong? I was like, that's it. I was like, dang. I was like, oh, that was easy. I was like, that was a smooth listen. I was like, dang.
Yeah.
I was like, there was no skips, no nothing. I was like, dang. Every lyric, I feel like this project that you put out, every song kind of went together with the next one.
Yeah.
And cohesively, very well put together. But
Appreciate it.
Per usual, as we know, right? You're amazing.
Thank you.
This album, I feel like there was the message in this album was okay, we got I'm Good, everybody. right?
Yeah.
But I feel like that was like the real core message is like, okay, I could love you from far. I'm okay. Yeah. Like it is like you know what I'm saying. People are whoever's with me matters is whoever with me right now. You know.
1,000.
And throughout the whole album, and I was just like, this is very personal. He talks about a lot of things that I feel like before we didn't get.
Yeah.
We got good songs, we got good music, but if I'm comparing from the records that we had based on 8 years ago, it wasn't as personal. It was fun records,
for sure.
You know, records that everybody would like, you know, get to listen to for the moment. But I feel like the music that you're putting out here, they have so much longevity.
Yeah, I think before, like, you know, it was all about showcasing the music making ability. Like, look I'm dope, I can make music. And you know, those elements are still there. Like, I'm still writing records and whatnot, but this is really just me tapping into, again, the things that just matter to me. And you know, I'm not searching for what topic to talk about because that's what's trending. It's like, yo, what do I feel right now? I mean, like, you know, what am I dealing with? You know, what's on my mind? And all right, cool, let's find some production to go with that vibe, and let's talk about it. And you know, the record is going to come as the record is going to come, but there's not too much thinking when I'm making these records at all. I used to, you know, take months to a year to create an album and try to put together 15 songs that I think the world would love. And now just how smooth like these records are coming together because how close to heart they are. I'm finishing albums in 2-3 weeks, like just because I'm just moving off of the inspiration that's naturally, you know, with me at the moment.
I love it. And you go really personal. Like I love how you talk about like somebody went up to you and they asked you how your grandfather was.
Yeah.
And that was the first time, like, you know, like they asked you, you know, how he's doing with his cancer and stuff. And like I
had no idea that was going. Yeah, so
that was the way you found out that your grandfather was sick.
And I used to, you know, in this idea of always being good or everything's golden or keeping up with this image, like when people would ask questions about life and things like that, even today, like I came in, it's just like by habit, you ask like, how are you? And I'm like, yo, I'm good. And then you express to me that, you know, essentially life is life. And then I'm like, hold on, yo, life is life. And then it's like, you know, we're so programmed just to give like stock answers. And though I am good, like there was something realer under that I could have, you know, there's a moment we could have shared about it, and you created the moment by expressing yourself, and then we got into it, right? Like, so the moment, you know, with my grandfather, it's like people, you know, asking you, yo, how was that? Oh yeah, everything's good. Oh shit, how's cancer? Oh, word, my grandfather has. Oh, let me reach out. And there was a very like pivotal moment because I stopped doing that. I stopped giving answers. I started giving real answers or saying I don't know. And you know, that just trickled into a lot of things, and it was a huge like realization for me in that moment moving forward.
I do like. And now we're talking about how personal he went, because you even talked about the relationship between your sister. Yeah. You talked about, you know, even past relationships with your friends, and just, you know, you never know what the next person is going through either. Yeah. Like, just like sometimes we don't know how our reaction is off someone else's comments or things like that. And just like you say, you know, I'm pretty mean sometimes. Like I listen, you know what I'm saying? I listen. So I was like, dang, he's really like this project. I feel like it is here to stay. I think the last project, I love the last project too. Yeah. That was, people were like, y'all are really haters. I'm gonna say that real quick because everyone says I'm so biased. So like he always says got good music. I'm like I believe. I was like, no, the last two projects, you guys, is a must. Listen, it's so very personal. It's creative. It's art. I love it. I love how you had the band behind you last year. Yeah. Like, that right there set the tone. And
there's more of that coming. There's more.
That set the tone for everything. Appreciate I was like, that. Wow. I was like, I wish there was more of this. I was like, I cannot believe. I was like, the way you pulled it off, it was great. It was everything.
Appreciate it.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're actually working on a series. With me, like I've always been a performer, and I've always wanted my performances to look different than like, I feel like when I go to like hip hop shows, like local hip hop shows, and I'm in this too, right? Like where they're always like a showcase where it's like 12 artists and it's rushed. The sound system's not always great. Like it's just back to back. Like there's not the experience that I feel that does the music and the artist justice. So, you know, I did my performances the way I do them. I have a live band. I always, like, I really don't even need people to pay me, but it's like, pay for my band and make sure the sound system and the audio is correct and whatnot, and I'm cool. But I want to extend that to other artists because we have incredible artists. Like, our rappers and our singers in our area are incredible, so I'm creating a series where I'm actually picking different artists in our area. I'm putting a live band with them. I'm working with them on their performances.
Like the MTV Unplugged.
Yeah. So we're going,
with, like, Tiny Desk.
Yeah. For sure. And I just want to reshape like how people view local performances and shows in our area. So yeah, something we're gonna do every other month. I'm gonna pick a different artist, and it's gonna be something. I'm excited about it.
When we try to put shows together, they're like, "Oh, we gotta get Frank." I was like, "Frank, you know what? This is not undeserving for him." I was like, "This is so undeserving for him."
Nah, it's always love. It's always love.
I was like, "I'm gonna ask him anyway."
It's love.
But I was like, this stage is too small for him. But I'm gonna ask anyway.
You know, it's not even that any stage is too small. I might be a little spoiled with the band thing. R.I.P. Junior. You know, being able to work with Junior over the years, and
I'm sorry, you talking about Junior Levesta?
Yeah,
that's my man. I knew him since like 7th grade, man. Harvard School, man. Rest in peace,
my brother, man. And you know, I was so spoiled to be around him because he is how this band came together. And I'm still rocking with the same members as when, you know, he was here with us. You know, we added some other members to the band, but just that core and just his geniusness and willingness to help me craft something that was greater than what I was doing. And, you know, being exposed to that, I always wanted to maintain that. Yeah. So it's not really about like even the stage being too small, but I just know the impact. It has to be right. Because for me, especially for this kind of music, like the way I'm able to interact with the crowd and slow things down and just to go with the moment when I'm not confined to rapping over the instrumental, but I could alter things in the moment with the live band and we could take things where we want to. Like I just love that. Like performing for me isn't just about going through the songs. Like I'm really there to connect with individuals that show up, and I'm really there to vibe with the room and whatnot.
I think that was make you as an artist and creator so special. Because not a lot of people can do that. Not a lot of people can connect with people on that type of level, and I feel like that's what makes you so different from everybody.
And my advice to people in that space is sometimes like I remember performing early on and I'm just praying to get through the song without messing up so that, you know, the show is right and people think I'm dope. And then I realized like, yo, even through the mistakes or whatever else, people are coming to see you live to get an experience that they can't get when they're listening to the song on iTunes, on Spotify. Right. Give them the imperfections. Yeah. Live with it, roll with it, enjoy it, live in the moment. Like, don't forget the mistakes and messing up. Roll with it and just be present, right? And like, that's what I love doing with performances. I love just being present.
I love that. Right. So what are we doing next? I know we're going to play some music. Some music, though. What are we doing next?
For sure.
Next, like, where am I at with things now?
What are we doing next?
Yeah, these days, I don't even look too far ahead. You know, next is the series I told you I want to create for other artists. I'll be a part of that. But just, I'm enjoying this right now, and we're looking to put, you know, before we did the live therapy experience with the album, performing the album with the live band joined by a therapist, there's going to be something in that space. I think with this album, there was a lot of self-work, but there was a heavy reoccurring theme of family. I think my live performance in this space, I want to do something bringing families together. Like, so I don't know what that looks like yet, but I know that's something that's in my heart, and I want to follow it.
Nice.
Hey, like nowadays, man, are you looking for, because like Grams, you know, you asked the question, you know, Colmenares, Grams, whatever. Grams used to have them big features. You had Nip, you had Traded Truth, you know what I'm saying? You had a gang.
Do you ever look back like, dang, like I got a song with Nipsey? Like,
yeah. Sometimes talking about it feels like I'm like talking about a whole nother person sometimes.
Yeah.
But like, are you looking for any more features nowadays, or you just strictly, you know what I mean, locked into about putting the music you've been putting out lately?
I mean, the saga's not as big as a Nipsey or a, but like, you know, the saga's the saga. Like, you know, the huge battle rapper in his space, just seeing that he makes music in the way he does. I came across him while I was filming one of his live events and performances. Wow. So I like found him as a fan. So I think with me, it's less about, so first, yes, but to me, it's less about the name and more about me coming across somebody that actually works in what I'm doing. I would love to, you know, work with artists that I feel matches up, that have a certain level of prestige and allure around their name. But it just has to work. And I think with the saga, it works.
But who is your dream, like if there was someone like they gave you one chance to work with anybody, who would it be?
If I was able to work with one person,
dead or alive, it doesn't matter who it is.
Cole, you know, it was dope being able to film Dreamville Fest a few years ago, and to see like how some of that came together, to sit and really like interview his management and like people that he's really close to, some of his, you know, right hand people, and just to see that. But Cole, like, because again, like not only is it Cole, but it like just works. I feel like when we watch this dude be as transparent as he is and how that reflects into his music, like I love that. That's the journey I'm on, and that's where I'm at in that space. So if I had to pick a name like that, it'd be somebody like Cole.
I can see that.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's play some music now.
All right, what record you want to go with? Frank, what record you want to go with, bro?
Let's go with I'm Good, though. I'm Good, though. It's cool. We can do I'm Good, though.
I'm Good, though. It's 929 WDUP. It's Frank Colmenares.
So much weight on my shoulders, think I'm Olympic lifting. So I really don't got time for all these tripping. Emotional text messages be the shit I'm skipping. Time is precious, I'm conscious of how I spend my minutes.
Close that?
Yeah, you can close it. Go ahead. All right, and we're back, you guys. Frank Colmenares. That was I'm Good off his latest drop this year, you guys. I'm so excited. We about to play your first single off of it, though, right?
The first single off of what?
Off this album, right? Was probably Don't Link Up for the Holidays. That was the
first
one I thought,
you
right?
know what? I did put that one out first. I did. You're right. Facts.
That's what I'm saying.
Facts.
All right. So, Family Don't Link Up on a Holiday. All right, let's talk about the production, first of all, on this whole album record.
Yeah.
Because we haven't gotten into that. Was it all you, or you worked with somebody? Because I know you tap into a little bit of that too.
Yeah, so you know what? Like the people I'm around are just dope, man, and it's cool to have people around me that when it's time to get creative, they're just they're forces in that space. Isaac Goodwater helped a lot. Always finding beats, always finding the production to match where I'm at. Like we have a lot of conversation. We'll send each other records back and forth, like just vibes and whatnot. We'll find beats on them back and forth. We'll talk about concepts together, and he's just always kind of there to help me connect the dots. You know what I mean? So he was definitely a force on this project, and really me and Isaac, man. Like me and Isaac, we lock in and we just vibe out until we feel like we got something that's cohesive and complete.
Now, how in depth is this album, this record, Family Don't Link Up on the Holidays? So it's so true. Cause let's really talk about it. Like a lot of families don't nowadays, and it's sad because it's up to us to be honest, because we're the next generation. Yeah, we talk about it all the time. Oh, we don't do nothing no more. We don't do barbecue no more. We don't do this. I was like, well, it's our responsibility to keep it going. Yeah, for sure. Now, like a lot of families, we don't even like. I hardly like. My brother lives in New London. I love my brother. Love my nephew. Oh, happy birthday, Juju! It's his birthday.
Happy birthday, Juju! Turn up.
But so, like, I don't see my brother that often, but I try to text, I try to call him. But it's crazy how time goes by so fast and you don't notice and you don't even, like, talk to your family.
But you're right, though. Like, we the next generation. We the aunties and uncles now. We got we got one on the grill now. You know what I'm saying?
Right, exactly. Like, and we have our elders now. Like, my grandmother, I love my grandmother to pieces. And, like, I'm like, I'm in my house. I cry. I was like, why are you crying every day? I'm like, because I can't see my grandmother. But it's like, as an adult, I'm getting older and I'm realizing, like, dang, like, we don't have that much time here. So we have to make sure, like, we do keep in contact with our family.
And that for so many reasons, this record embodied everything you said, especially the whole we don't have much time here. First, it being our responsibility, this record came about. Like I was talking to family. I went to go see some of my grandparents on my dad's side, and just in having conversation, like some of the things that were being said, I just felt like it was time to to connect and whatnot, and just reaching out to everybody. I just realized it was a text message away, to get people to come together, and I put this song out, and it started a lot of conversations, and the family actually did link this Christmas. We had the first time we came together for Christmas for like 15 plus years as a family, so just the power of music and just speaking up and taking our responsibility to being the ones to make it happen. Beyond that though, as far as like, not having a lot of time here and really just not knowing how much time we have here. My favorite part about the record is when I reached out to my grandmother to be a part of the record. That second verse, I actually didn't have, the song was done in my opinion. I sent it to Just Cuz as well. He's somebody who I send music to see how he feels about things, and I'll take his opinion pretty highly. He was like, yo, like this is dope, but like you gotta end it a little stronger. Like you gotta, it just needs a little more. It doesn't really, like, it's dope, but it's not hitting the way that like it needs to hit. I know you could bring it there, Frank. And so I sat and I came up with the second verse, which was all around my grandmother, and reached out to my grandmother to be a part of the record. I talked about how she's getting older and she's not going to be here forever, and we taking it for granted. We on the family very toxic. We don't come together. When we do, we beefing. I'm like, yo, we gotta do it for grandma. And as far as us not, and as far as us not having time, unfortunately, I put this record out, and my birthday March 10th, and my grandmother's no longer here with us now, right? So it's like, I appreciate that, but it just speaks to the fact that we don't have all the time that we think we have. When my grandmother passed, she was perfectly healthy, and it was like one day she was here, one day she wasn't, and so even with that, it's like
that's why I be crying every day, Mom. Okay.
Yeah, my cousin Otis, yes, man. I just happened my cousin.
Oh yeah. R.I.P. Otis. I did. That's crazy, man. Love, condolences, man.
But even people our age, walking around healthy, they're here today and they're
we truly just don't know how much time we have for ourselves, for anybody else in our world. It's like, it's not even a cliche at this point. It used to sound cliche when you're not promised tomorrow. We really seeing that in real time. People are not promised tomorrow, whether they're 16, 21, 35, 77, 91. Like, you could just not be here. You're not even promised the rest of today. Like, we not promised to leave this building. Like,
absolutely, you're right.
My little lady shared with me in DR, there was the building collapsed and people it's like, yo, you going to a show and like you not there.
You're gonna go watch the show.
Yo, what was the total number? They come
it was over 60 people.
I think it was
200, past 200.
Wow.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Wow.
You see things, it just starts to put things in perspective. So somebody could leave from your presence. You could get off a phone call with somebody and that could be your last call. And we're not always going to get I use blessed lightly. It's not what I'm trying to say, but we won't get blessed with knowing somebody is sick for 6 months, right? To have that time to spend with them while they're on the way out, like they could just be gone. Like, and when that's real, like it's a blessing to know that you have a certain amount of time to spend with somebody and express your love for them before they're no longer here, even through sickness, right? But like, some people will not have that afforded to them. They will just be gone. So like you said, like we just got to cherish the people that's here, love family, and take our responsibility in doing what we can to keep the people we love together and to spend time with them.
Let's get into it, Ready? You ready, Mike? Let's get into it.
Holidays. Just some close friends sending text messages, checking in like you want to play. Like, nah, I'm straight. Though I'm not as great as I claim. If I'm being honest with you, man, I'm ashamed. It's a lot of pain. I'll explain.
I think Justin was right to tell you to go back and put
R.I.P. Graham. For sure, man.
Have a record, brother. For real, you know what I'm saying?
I think now listening to that, you can just keep that, and that's gonna be so special for you.
For sure, 1,000%.
I love that for you.
Appreciate it.
I really do.
Love.
What is the next record we got playing for us tonight?
Good Day.
You want to play Good Day?
Good Day. Good
Day.
Yeah.
Okay. You guys go listen to All Cry too. He has a sample from Song Cry. If you guys, I love it. But yeah, that's
I love the hook flip in that to take the song Cry and
I love it. I like how personally you went into that one too, and I like how everything just kind of like, okay, we're going to the next one. Like it was so easy for me to listen.
Yeah.
And I was like, damn, 8 songs, that was that fast.
Yeah.
How long was the song? Like 2 minutes?
2, 3, roughly 3 minutes, and in that, like,
it was so
just by design.
Easy listen.
Yeah,
I mean, everybody's attention span low anyway. You know what I mean?
I was about to say, like, me playing into that space. It used to be. I remember, making music. There was a few things that changed. It used to, you had to have the third verse. Like that defined how well your pen was. Can you get to verse 3 and still be killing it? No, there's no third verses no more. These days, it's like a song, a verse, a bridge, and a hook, or whatever, and that's
it's
it.
Not even a bridge anymore.
Yeah,
I think you think like they trying to like manipulate the market a little bit, like get more spins. You know what I'm saying?
You gotta run it right back.
Yeah, run it right back because it's short.
Well, when you think about it, like you gotta listen to a song. You gotta listen to a song 80 times to get $1, basically.
Jeez.
So that's why artists are putting so much music out.
Yeah.
So you have all this music out, and they're all each getting 8 spins, or 80 spins. So you could just generate that $1 from somewhere.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Nah, yeah. So I guess from a math standpoint, it makes sense for songs to be shorter. With me doing 8 songs as opposed to typically when I'm making an album, like, we got to get to 15. We got to get to 15. I don't know. I really stopped even thinking about the number. Like the first Beautiful Trauma was 6. 6 records. This one was 8. I just go with what feels right. When I got my thoughts across and I feel like I said what I came to say, I wrap it up. There's no like songs that didn't make the cut. Like it's literally.
We got Beautiful Trauma 1. We got Beautiful Trauma 2.
Yeah.
Are we gonna get Beautiful Trauma 3? Or we just we're done with this
Yeah,
chapter,
you know what? I don't.
It's kind of like the Soul Tape with Fab. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yo, so the first one, the time period of the first one was because it was the first one. It was I started off from things I seen as a child up until the point where I was writing that. This album takes place from where that album left off, that period of my life up until now, right? So I don't know. I don't know what I'm about to go through in the next year or so, and if I'm going to be in that space to wanting to make a Beautiful Trauma. But we'll see. Music, right? For sure, exactly. I'm just day by day living off inspiration. There was a project in between that though. There was Not Famous But Not Famous But a Big Deal was last year's album before that. So I took a year off in between that. I think it's just, if I come to a space where I have things to talk about and that's where the pen takes me, there could be a Beautiful Trauma.
What inspires you? What tells you like I gotta go back into that?
Yeah, so I don't, contrary to how people think I make music or how much time I'm spending with it, like, I'm not making music actively as much as I used to. Like, I'll go 10 months, a year and a half without making music, and then I'll be inspired and I'll create in that month and a half span of time that I'm inspired to make music. So I think it's just life. It's when I just feel like being creative and I follow that. Sometimes it could be something I've heard. Sometimes it could be something I'm going through. Sometimes it could be the people I'm around. And
Before we go into play the last record, when we talk about music, we not only do music in our life, we do so much more, right?
Yeah.
You and Dom got something going on, right?
The YEP
Do you
program.
want to talk about that real quick?
Yeah, the YEP program came together with Child Family Agency, the Guard Art Center, Dom, a part of everything we're doing. And we realize we're in a time where young people need a number of things, and it's different in every case. And we, knowing that, wanted to create something to benefit the young people, middle school and high school age kids in our community. We came together to identify who these kids are and provide a number of things, from resources, just mentorship and inspiration, and anything that could help them get a spark to get back on track or be excited about life and their future. So the other day, Dom came through with 2 students that he's been connecting with, and one of them is interested in film, and he brought them to the studio, and I showed him around the place, and Dom needed some headshots, and I was like, Dom, just come ready to take some headshots. And I let this young boy take pictures of Dom for his professional headshots, and we clicked, and we'll continue to build. And that could be what that young boy needed to have that spark to do better, be excited about life. Absolutely. Have some different perspective that could guide him into doing better. And again, everybody's going to be something different, but yeah, we're just looking to provide resources for young kids in a time where I feel like they need it now more than ever.
Definitely.
Hey, yo, I'll say this all the time when you come here, man. When you running for office, man, like I can see you, like you running for mayor or something.
Yeah.
You do a lot for community, you know what I mean? What I'm getting at, you know what I'm saying?
Love. I always felt like being on the outside end of things like that, I was able to do a little more authentically and have some power to even be able to speak to the people that are in those positions and to create some kind of change while still having the time to be on the ground doing things like what me and Dom are doing. I did think about it, though. I ain't gonna lie. Recently, now more than ever, I thought about it. It ain't get too far yet, but I think as I'm getting...
Impossible.
Yeah, for sure.
But I do feel like from now till then, when it comes back, the question comes back again. I feel like now you have more space to do what you want, rather than when you do become a representative and you do come up with somebody of some stature. There's certain things that you can't say that you normally you would. Normally you would help out. Normally you would do this, but being a person that with the eyes are on you and you have so many rules and regulations to go by, you can't. So now is the time where you can do all the things that you want to do. Yeah. And then when you get into office, you start working on that. Yeah.
And you gonna run political ads all day for
That's low. So when it's go time, this is where we doing it at. Yeah,
you can make announcements right here.
Yeah, in fact. That's a fact.
You're like, well.
Yeah, what if when it goes down, the announcement is coming from 92.9.
I bet y'all heard that. Y'all heard that, Mary.
Y'all heard it, man.
Starting with the kids first, and I feel like that's something special that you and Dom are creating, especially now because throughout the high schools, the middle schools, even the elementary schools right now, we're in crisis right now. If you guys are not watching or reading everything that's going on with the Board of Ed and what's going on in the schools, there's not even enough teachers to be in the classrooms right now. We're at a deficit where the education is actually failing our kids. Not only failing our kids, but I think we have great teachers. I don't ever want to say that we don't have great teachers, because every teacher that's in our system is great in their own way. Yeah. But I feel like a lot of teachers are getting tired working with these adolescents that don't have.
It's tough.
Have a direction or rules and stuff like that. I mean, I was in school last year at the high school for like a couple of weeks just to go in the classrooms and talk to the kids and talk about how being a whaler is so important to us and stuff like that. And the things that I saw, I will not speak about, but the things that I saw, I never saw before, and I left the school speechless and scared. So
it's tough.
I just feel like it's great what you guys are doing, and just to have somebody that's like our peers and somebody who's been there and didn't have direction, because you went to Isaac, you went to you know, there was a lot of things that back in the day that helped us conform and be the adults that we are today. And the kids don't have that right now.
Yeah, so the YUP program is one. I have a program called Hip Hop Healing that I started last year that we're doing again with high school kids, New England high school kids. I'm bringing young kids that are interested in rapping or that rap, and I'm bringing them through the process that I went through, a beautiful trauma, and just giving them studio time in a space and showing them how I use music to channel emotions, and we'll give them the opportunity to create their own music. I'm also another program that we just implemented that we're about to start finding kids for. I'm creating a podcast for a group of young kids from the high school, so they'll be able to just come together, and me and Brian Jaya produce the podcast for them.
I think that's great because there's certain things that, you know, it's a safe place for them to talk about things that they want to talk about too.
For sure. And even finding a group of young aspiring studio engineers, and me and Brian's leading the way on this one. He will be teaching them the ropes of being a studio engineer from the beginning to end, and they'll leave his program being able to run a studio, maybe even getting hired through one of our studios and whatnot. So just a lot of things for the youth as well. That never stops us. That's usually where the majority of my time goes, is, you know, imparting into the youth, but it feels good in the midst of that to still be able to be creative and doing this kind of stuff as well.
And I feel like they inspire you to do other things too.
For sure.
If somebody wants to contact you about that, where can they reach out to you guys? Yeah,
social media. Okay. Frank Colmenares on Instagram. I am Frank Colmenares. Find me either one, and, you know, reach out. You could always email me as well. I am Frank Colmenares @gmail.com. Or I'm just out and about. If you're around, you know, see me, come say
Frank
what's up,
outside,
man.
you guys. I haven't seen
outside,
Frank outside as much as I see him outside.
I'm in these streets. Man.
Crazy. But he's outside, you guys. Tap him on the shoulder.
Yeah, love.
But we about to play something else, right? What we about to play?
Yeah, good day, right?
Good day.
We don't.
Every day is a good day, man. No matter what's going on, what you're dealing with, through the misfortunes, the ups and downs, man. At the end of the day, there's beauty around you. There's people you love. There's just a beautiful world that we in, man. Every day is a good day, and that's the perspective in this record here, y'all.
Let's get into it, you guys. 929 WDUP.
So much weight on my shoulders, think I'm Olympic lifting. So I really don't got time for all these tripping. Emotional text messages be the shit I'm skipping. Time is precious, I'm conscious to how I spend my minutes. And these days,
that was one of my favorite ones.
Cold record.
Love,
bro.
That's
probably my favorite off the album, though.
Appreciate you.
I love it.
Yeah.
I feel like he's in his pocket really late. Well, I think this whole project is great. I loved it.
Appreciate you.
What do they say? They love it. A lot of people they love it. They're like, dang, Frank.
That's love.
I was like, we got David, Premium Balls. I don't like calling him Nino anymore.
Nino.
His name is David from now on.
And
Nino. Divine Sound Production. Let me see. Eric.
Love.
A lot of people are showing love tonight.
That's love. Appreciate y'all.
Yeah, we just do that rotation just now. You know what I'm saying? Yo, that joint in the fire chamber. We got you, bro. You gonna hear that boy on the national airways, Jay?
Fire. Appreciate y'all.
What is your favorite song off this record, though?
Yeah, I mean, they all have a special place with me, but the family don't link on the holidays. Just how relevant and how significant that is, and how now, my grandmother on there. You know, that's always going to be a cherished moment. You know, R.I.P. Graham. Yeah, but you know, all of them. But yeah, definitely the family don't link on the holidays, and for sure.
Great, but the family's linking now, so make sure you guys are linking.
We still working on some things.
Right, as long as y'all working one step at a time. Make sure you guys are linking up with y'all family. Easter's coming on 420 tonight. 38 specials at, I want to say, Webster and Hartford. Make sure you guys go check it out because Stacks Gambino, Vamp Life is in the building. Also, Mozzie Cold Girls performing tonight, opening up for them. So make sure you guys go out there if you can, out the way. Tickets are very, very low. I'll be out back in Webster 2 weeks for Vintage Fest, all right? Okay. So come check us out. Come check my booth out. Come talk with me. I'm gonna have some fun there. Yeah. Frank Colmenares is in the building, you guys. I love it. I love the record. I love the whole project. I love what you're doing here. I love the new Frank.
Love. And the same, how comfortable you are these days. Like just the conversation, the way it's flowing, just you and your element. Like you killing it, man. You're doing a lot for the city and the artists here, man. You make us all feel special as we should. Appreciate you.
I appreciate that.
Yeah,
I appreciate
no doubt.
Really so much. But Frank's been here for years, decades, and just to see the growth that you are today, and it's amazing. And it's amazing. I love hearing that you're doing it for others.
Love.
I mean, you've always have been, but for the kids, it's so special. Like I was like, dang, we gotta get involved. Mike, we gotta get involved.
Yeah. We're gonna do some things.
We gotta get involved. Make sure you guys catch his performance out out in Norwich this summer, and let's see what else he's gonna do this summer. And I'm pretty sure we're gonna see some great things. It's 99 WDUP. It's your girl Shaniece Garcia.
What up?
What record we playing before we go? What we signing out with?
Let's head out on Stay Strong. Let's do it. Let's do Stay Strong, man.
Yeah, my bad, America. You know what I'm saying? We had technical difficulties last segment, but we don't say we good now.
Make sure you guys go spin the record. It's out everywhere on all platforms.
Love.
99 WDUP, Frank Colmenares. If you guys are interested in everything that he's got going on, contact him. If you guys are interested in getting involved with the kids, with him and Dom, contact him.
Yeah.
Frank Colmenares on all platforms.
Love.
Good night, y'all.
Like a pass for behavior because some blood's involved. Like you entitled to do me wrong because we cousins, dog.